Emma Stone said in La La Land, "Here's to the fools who dream." I don't really think that's very apt anymore. I think that the disaster artist actually did a better job. When Greg Sestero, an aspiring film actor, meets the weird and mysterious Tommy Wiseau in an acting class, they form a unique friendship and travel to Hollywood to make their dreams come true. It stars James Franco, Dave Franco, Josh Hutcherson, and Alison Brie. Now, this film is about the making of the now infamously terrible, fantastic film called The Room. And to be honest, going into The Disaster Artist, I was really worried that it was just going to be James Franco doing a Tommy Wiseau impression and just milking it for laughs. Now, I was really wrong. He plays this character really well, and remember, Tommy Wiseau is essentially a character in himself, and James Franco plays it masterfully. Starting with the acting in this film, there wasn't a lackluster performance or a cameo or two out there. Everything served the purpose of the narrative and never really strayed into piss-take territory. Really, this film could have been almost like an extended Saturday Night Live skit, but what we got was this incredibly heartfelt, poignant, and really, to be quite frank, inspiring story about never giving up on your aspirations, or really, just get off your ass and do something, which in turn kicked me in the ass because I'm the master of, yeah, I'll do something one day. Really, there was only one issue that didn't really fit for me, and that was the overuse of the shaky cam, almost documentary feel, and it was really distracting very early in the film, and was a little bit of a nuisance, but really, that's small and doesn't really affect the quality of the movie. The chemistry between James Franco and Dave Franco is not surprising, but a very brotherly bond. And I guess the big worry about casting brothers in this film is that Tommy and Greg aren't related, and honestly, after about 5 minutes, they both sell the characters that they're playing, and it completely washes away that they are in fact brothers. There was a certain point in this film which I think is a real kudos to everyone involved, but I was sitting there laughing. Well, the whole audience was just erupting in laughter, and you see James Franco on screen, and you actually feel genuinely really bad, so your laughter is kind of like turning into this guilty laughter, and I think it adds a lot of merit to the film, but it also adds a lot of merit to James Franco's performance because it really was this three-dimensional character, and you don't see Franco in this, you really do see Tommy, more than you see Tommy in everything else. And I just realised I'm calling him Tommy like I'm on this first-name basis with him, but I'm not. We'll move on. The supporting cast in this movie, especially Seth Rogen. Now, Seth Rogen plays almost as an audience member of what you would expect on the set of the film. He's very skeptical at first, but then throughout the course of the shoot, you see his like, well, no one's going to see this shit anyway, so let's just have fun with it. Alison Brie and Josh Hutcherson were also they were really good, but they weren't really any focus in the movie. Really, this is James and Dave Franco's film. Should you see The Room before watching this? Now, I don't think it's required viewing, but will definitely enhance the experience and make you feel as though you're in on the joke. There's certain scenes in the movie which are literally shot for shot and beat for beat vignettes from The Room, and they really do showcase that towards the end of the film, having split screen with The Room and then The Disaster Artist. So, like I said, I mean, it's not required viewing, but you get so much more out of this movie having seen The Room, so I guess I recommend it. I highly recommend seeing The Disaster Artist, preferably with a bunch of friends who love The Room, and preferably in a packed cinema with other patrons who also love The Room. I think that everyone will get a lot out of this movie, more than laughs, but some inspiration. And I think especially now, heading very close to Oscar season, that narratively this movie has a high chance of being nominated, if not for acting, definitely for the screenplay. Thank you so much for checking out my review of The Disaster Artist. Please let me know in the comments below what you thought about it, if you've seen it. And of course, if you like this review and want to see more, please click here to see more. Thanks for watching. Bye.